it. But Project Humanity. Curtis Williams here with Zach, running for mayor. What's your last name, Zach? Service.
Yep.
Service. You know, those cliched names seem to be the people who going into service. Like, you know, I'm going into service. Why did you end up with that? Is that a family name?
Yeah, that's
Of course, it's family name. That's a stupid question.
It goes
We're
all
gonna
the
start
way.
this over. That was stupid. Project Humanity. Curtis Williams here with Zach Service. Yeah, you on there. It's a widescreen.
Oh, okay.
But the little screen is just.
It don't cover the whole thing.
It's not gonna show. But as long as I can see your arm, you in there.
Gotcha.
You know, I can check it from the other side. That's why you aim it in the middle. But just to make sure, get your head in. But yeah, it's GoPro wide, so it's got you.
Heard.
Yeah. Project Humanity, Zach Service, running for mayor. Let's see if we can get an endorsement today. Probably already gonna get it, but I'm gonna just see in front of y'all what we gonna do. Let's have a conversation, Zach.
Yep.
Now, I'm gonna say this because it's something I was thinking on the way over here, and I want the people to know the beginning, in the beginning, the truth of why I'm making my decision. I think we need to respect the fact that you young folks deserve an opportunity to lead your damn selves into the future.
That's the way to put it.
Now, respecting our guidance and helping say, hey man, I don't think that's gonna benefit us, you know, like you're gonna move and look too fast.
Right.
You know, I'm in your ear. I can't make you change your decision, but I can be in your ear.
Yeah.
To help guide you. And that's why I think our elders need to be. We need to let you all choose the path you want to take for your future. Because right now what I'm seeing is a lot of old people who are trying to get to retirement as rich as possible.
Yep.
So I can give some money to my grandkids. So I can give some money to the Generational Wealth Academy of America.
Yeah.
And something I recently found out changes my whole perspective on America. Companies are obligated by law, and nobody has tried to change this law, to have a shareholder first mentality.
They are.
That means they need money for the shareholder more than they need an employee to retire with them.
Yep.
To take care of your family.
Yep.
They don't need, they call you non-value added assets. A friend of mine told me that.
Oh yeah.
Work at a manufacturer.
It's crazy, but if you quit, they can't do anything without you. But you're not valuable.
I think the timing said to me that they may have already said that they're going to bring them robots in.
No, it wouldn't shock me at all.
So, non-value added assets, that's what they think about us people.
Yep.
Because they rich.
Yep.
They don't care.
Yep.
They don't have to drink the water you're drinking.
No.
I heard a celebrity talk about I only eat certain foods with one ingredient.
Right.
You feel me?
Yep.
Now they saying I only eat chicken, pork, beef, vegetables, one ingredient things.
Yeah.
Now tell me the food desert people, can they get away with, can they do that?
They don't even have that option.
So
If you live in South Jackson and you don't have a reliable means of transportation and you don't have the budget for it, you can't even shop at Whole Foods, and that's not even the best produce that you get.
Whole Foods get their food from China.
You know?
But again, our current leadership is in a back and forth with China.
Yep.
The reason I think we should embrace our younger candidates is because I think you guys would erase the lines that we call borders if you had an opportunity. I think you are tired of hearing about the struggle from the past. I know I damn sure am. I'm waiting for us to write a new history where a lot of people don't know this, but when you see Dr. King marching, and you see a couple of white people in their front,
yeah.
those are Unitarian Universalists. not Baptists,
Right.
not Catholics,
Yeah.
not Protestants, not the Mormons. You know, them white folks you see,
Yeah.
universal Unitarians. That's their religion.
Interesting.
Yeah. You didn't know they did.
No, I had no idea.
I didn't know it either until I went to one of their churches. Yeah, I'm a visitor of all faiths.
Yeah.
I want to know what you're doing, how you're doing. If I'm invited, I'm going.
Yeah.
You know, God is universal. Nobody has a patent on that. And I've met some of the most wonderful people I've ever met, man.
Yeah.
Variety. There were some Christians, some Muslims, some Jewish people there.
Yeah.
They just didn't like the direction in which their faith was taking them.
Yeah.
In this secular kind of stuff, you know.
Yeah.
So yeah, those people who you saw decided to step out of the comfort zone and fight. That's the people you were saying getting killed with us.
Yeah.
Right. So fighting with us as a team, it may not have worked the way we wanted it to,
Right.
but it did get us somewhere.
Yeah.
Unity
Right.
gets us further
Right.
than trying to do it by ourselves.
That is correct.
So you younger folks are who I'm looking at to say, erase these lines of stupid.
Right.
And it's going to take us to vote out those older people in every election coming. We have to get rid of them. They the problem. They the ones who let these corporations take over. And now we got them taking over the water.
It's an interesting situation. I'm a little less of the perspective that we have to get rid of old people because obviously, like you said, their wisdom is necessary. But there comes a time when you hit a certain point where you have to pass the torch.
I'm saying being a mentor.
Yeah.
Respecting the fact that it's time for us to start putting the younger people in place.
Yes.
And I sit over here in the passenger seat.
Yeah.
And trust you to drive.
I mean, in the United States of America, there's really no legitimate reason for somebody to be 70 years old and still in the same position they were 30 years ago. That means that you did not prepare anyone to take your place, and you're not willing to give it up. Chasing retirement is no way to live. Because when your goal is, I just need to hang into here long enough to set myself up to not have to work, that's the wrong mentality. That's not a growth-focused mentality. That's actually, funny enough, that's I wouldn't even say conservative, I would say preservative mentality. I'm trying to preserve my own personal space so that I don't have to work after a certain age, but the whole time you're willing to let certain things slide so that you won't jeopardize your comfort while you ruin comfort and security for everyone else.
Let me tell you how I feel about that. I want to set it up so that you younger folks can do this heavy lifting.
Yeah.
And I can be on my jet ski
right.
and going fishing in no less than, I'm 52 this year, no less than 8 years.
Right.
At 60, I want to be able to put it on cruise control.
Yeah.
Be somewhere on a beach.
Yeah.
And saying, look at how great these young people are doing with this world.
Yeah.
We're able to travel now without restriction.
Yeah.
Nobody hates us now.
Right.
Because our leadership isn't dropping bombs. We build in streets.
Yeah.
We build in better technology field schools. So that's what I'm looking for is in 8 years, I need you young folks to step up.
Yeah.
I'm fully supporting you to do the stepping up.
Right.
So that we can put those plans in motion that put us older people in our place.
Right.
Our place being, hello? Yes, what do you need? Yes, I've done that before. Okay, this is what you want to do, and this is what you're going to expect.
Yeah.
Okay, you need me to fly out and help. Okay, I can be there in 2 days. Okay, best I can do. All right, bam.
Yeah.
I'm coming to help because you called me.
Yeah.
But where am I at?
Right.
Oh, goodness. Because
Yeah.
America has spent so much money on bombing stuff,
Yeah.
we didn't set up our own damn selves for comfort.
We legitimately spend more on military and defense than we even do to make sure our drinking water is safe. we could have, and we kill anybody who has a technology that can't be patented or can't be profited off of. I mean, we should be driving with perpetual motion machines, which I know you've got perpetual motion in this plan.
Yeah.
I mean, but the second you start to do it in a way that you can't profit off of and puts oil companies out of business and gas companies, they're going to kill you.
No, they're not going to kill nobody. See, that's what y'all need to remember, the power of your words. Those are cowards.
Yeah.
God is the only power. They just rich.
Yeah.
Y'all need to remember that. Don't give them people your power. Them some cowards. If I cut these damn lights off, how much power they got?
None.
Right. Now you're looking for that farmer.
Yeah.
You're looking for that guy who can fix some shit.
Yeah.
You trying to find that man who can build something. You ain't looking for no damn billionaire.
No, you're
whose
not.
hands are soft as a baby's ass. That's who you looking for to help you when the lights are off?
No, it ain't.
You sure?
You gonna find somebody who knows how
That
to
ain't the leader no more?
has spark that fire.
But I'm talking about you ain't looking for Elon and shit?
Probably not.
You sure? The richest man in the world ain't gonna help you when the lights are off?
I mean, if all the banks are down, your money ain't gonna be able to do anything anyway.
But then his value shouldn't be shit right now then. I said it.
Well, everything in America runs off credit and an imaginary value.
Well, you can imagine there's a shift taking place. And you can imagine that these younger people are about to show y'all who they are.
Yeah.
We have messed up, my generation. I'll be the first one to tell you, we didn't fight hard enough for increased wages.
Yeah.
They told us don't talk about salaries at work.
Oh yeah, we gonna talk.
Yeah, we don't. But I'm saying they didn't talk. They told us not to talk about it.
And it's actually our right legally to talk about it.
But what they tell you at work, in a right to work state, is we'll walk you up out of here if we find out you were talking to people about their wages.
Yeah, the only way you can get in trouble is if you're talking at a management level, talking about things among management. Somebody who's at a non-management
You sure about
level,
that, man? Well, let me explain something to you, Zach. I have to have the money to sue you for doing me wrong.
Yeah, that's true as well.
See, this is a country of profit. See, you did me how you felt wanted, and it was wrong. But I can't afford to sue you.
That's the problem a lot of folks have right now.
That is how this system has been manipulating and doing us wrong for our Congress-approved 40 to 50 years.
Yeah.
That's how they have approved it.
I mean, it's the same way that they put people in prison and in jail with a bond that they can't pay before they've even convicted them or made sure that they were a real threat. But they know that whether they get let off or not, they're not going to be able to pay the bond. So now they're in debt to the bond person, or they're stuck having to figure something out, and they're able to strong arm you into a plea deal and things like this.
Well, see, the crazy part to me is they using our brothers and sisters and cousins and nieces and nephews to police us.
Oh yeah.
See, you sent Johnny off to the military to protect the country.
Yeah.
They got Johnny's ass up in Washington stopping a protest and violating people's First Amendment rights. See, he ain't in Mississippi doing it because he's from Mississippi.
Right.
But his ass is up in Washington, holding the line, following orders. The same thing happens to all of our soldiers who we sent off to defend the country. They got them out here fighting against you and your First Amendment rights.
Yep.
Now, see, people want to say, well, that's Trump. No, Joe Biden did it.
Yep.
Trump did it. That's so close together. Yep. You shouldn't forget it. That it's the same team. It's offense and defense. It's the same team. We on the field now.
Right.
We finna run these plays.
Yeah.
And then the other defense come, and they hit to stop the people from getting a score. That's the defense. That's the Democrats. They the defense. We're gonna stop you from scoring. See, Joe Biden was in there 2 years with a majority. Didn't get you shit.
No.
You didn't get shit. No. Women's health, that ain't important right now. Fuck that. That's what they. What? Right? Wages? Nancy, show the picture. She's pointing at it. We ain't giving you shit. Not $1. You know what we're gonna do? Federal employees only. Yeah, minimum $15. It's 2020, 122, 23, and you just not getting your federal employees to 15. What were you paying them before?
It was bad, man.
Federal employees were making less than $15.
But we're dealing with that in Jackson. We got the clerks we got the council clerks making $9 an hour.
I did not know that. Hold up. It's supposed to be minimum 15.
Oh, for federal, perhaps not here locally.
Oh, that's not federal.
No.
That's local
that's municipal.
government.
So it all trickles down, man. And right now, that's what the options we have in the mayoral race right now. We have.
Wait a minute.
Everyone's over the age of 55.
What?
None of them have a actual plan like to comprehensively lead the city. They either have a plan for like the obvious crime and infrastructure, or they've got a plan for we need to bring businesses, or we need to get people working again. All of which are important points. But I'm yet to find a candidate other than myself, and I'm talking out of the 22 that we're running.
Right.
I'm the only one I'm aware of who has a comprehensive plan that deals with veterans, homelessness, because no one's talking about veterans. And veterans are getting the shaft here in Jackson, Mississippi.
Once again, after they use you to police you, they put you on the street. That's your government doing that.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's your government doing that.
Yeah. I mean, and it's completely unacceptable. I mean, I have people working at the city jail, and they're like, I haven't had a raise in like 15 years. And they're like, what are you going to do about that? I said, well, my goal is to get all city employee wages raised, and we'll give credit where credit's due. The current administration has done some raises of that.
Well, when did they start doing it, though?
Oh,
they
I
just
don't
started.
know. Maybe the last couple of years.
It's been
after they started gutting the police department, took $1 million from that to give to their nonprofits. Now suddenly they're trying to raise police stuff, but they caused the problem to begin with. But it's not.
Too little, too late.
Let's
just call it what it is. That's why the current administration is no longer the current administration.
Yep.
Now what we have is a person on one side that beat that current administration, who is, if I'm not mistaken, been in power positions for a long time. And I'll go on record and say, we appreciate your service, but some of y'all have to realize you may have been a great lawyer, you may have been a great doctor, and that's what pushed you into politics. However, your records of change and development and structure, especially infrastructure, we're going to have to let you guys go. We can't afford to keep you on payroll. Not that many years, and we're going behind. Every time I see a picture, a video of China, I'm disgusted by anybody who would call themselves a congressman, a senator, a damn representative, a mayor, a damn judge. Y'all should, presidents alike, you should be ashamed of yourselves because you've been lying to us about the greatest country in the world when I got potholes. But y'all bragging about billions of dollars to other countries to drop bombs.
I mean, we've got the chairman of our finance, our Ways and Means Committee, the chairman here in Mississippi, who took $400,000 of leftover appropriations and spent it to pave his own cul-de-sac in Eastover, which is not illegal.
Well, it's a lot of things that are not illegal,
but is
because
it ethical?
It's set up to be wrong. But when I tell you that I just found out Dodge sued Ford, 1919, look it up. It's the saddest shit you'll ever read. Dodge sues Ford because Ford, who was a friend of George Washington Carver, by the way, who helped him with the assembly line. You need to go and learn your history. They were friends. He wanted to pay his employees more. He wanted to give more money to the people making his car.
Henry Ford's actually the one who created the 40-hour work week. It used to be more. And it used to be more. It used to be a 6-day work week, way more hours. And Henry Ford wanted them to be with their families and to be in church.
And he wanted to pay you more.
Yep.
So you could
he
be
was doing
comfortable.
like double the salaries of others. That's why he was getting all the business and all the employees. He was going above and beyond without being asked to.
And Dodge said, the hell with that.
Yep.
Now, here's my thing. What we fail to realize sometimes is that good person, Henry Ford, he probably didn't think he was a homeless person.
I don't know what they're doing. No, they got their
She got a dog, so she good.
Looks like she got a bag for the dog. Maybe for the dog.
She might be walking the dog, getting his boo up.
Yeah.
You don't see that everywhere.
Yeah, sadly enough.
Yeah. But what Henry Ford was doing was trying to increase your wages, and Dodge said, "To hell with that. This is about stockholder value."
Yeah.
So they sued him, and the good people never do the evil stuff. So I think personally, the judge who ruled in this got a trip to Florida.
Oh, probably.
Because unless you're an evil person, you can't tell me he's not allowed to help his employees have a more comfortable life as he makes millions on top of millions. But there was a bigger plan.
Oh, yes.
And that bigger plan was to give taxes to the people permanently.
Yeah.
See, the richest greed is something else. How much is enough though?
I don't know. They say everybody's got their price.
How much is enough? At what point do you say I got enough money I should start giving back?
Yeah, I sure don't know. That was actually, I don't know who it was I was talking to the other day, but I think I brought it up to you when we were on the phone, but I mentioned like, so much of what we deal with is a result of simply just, it is greed. It's like a poverty mentality. I have to have it all. I can't share. I have to make sure I get as much as I can. And it's really born out of fear. It's born out of, if I don't take enough for myself, there won't be enough for me. Then it becomes, because to some people, they are greedy not because they hate people, it's because they fear being in poverty.
I think it's drunk on power.
But as the other group, then there's other people who it becomes a power thing for them. It's a pride thing. It's I want the power and the pride of being the one who has all the resources. But for some people, I genuinely believe there's no power in it. They spend more time worried that they're going to lose it than they do about getting more and controlling the people. That they are just so attached to I don't ever want to be broke that they are willing to do whatever it takes to make sure that never happens.
And that's the selling of the soul part, in which we are starting to see more of come to light. We're starting to see how people have been compromised so that they can keep their money. But how do you feel when it's revealed and you still lose it all? So for me, it doesn't make sense for us to keep trying to hold on to the same narrative like there's something for us to lose in Jackson. Let me tell y'all something. As a person who drives down these busted up streets, I don't think we have anything to lose in Jackson. If you decide that the airport is better in the state's hands, and y'all can negotiate that, and it looks beautiful at the airport now, I don't think the citizens of Jackson care if the streets are paved in Jackson.
A lot of folks don't care.
If the zoo that none of us go to right now happens to move and the animals are fed, and I can actually go to the zoo and see some nice stuff and stuff is happening, I don't think I care who is in control of the zoo.